Okay, guys, welcome to another Double O podcast. This is episode 40. I'm your host, Pennywise TV. Welcome. This is another solo episode. We are on Spotify, iTunes. Links are down in the description below. Check us out. Follow us on there if you use those platforms. But we got a couple animes we're going to be talking about today: Fire Force, Hell's Paradise, the first 5 episodes of the new seasons. We're going to be talking about that. Um, and then we have a hypothetical question, our new segment, hypotheticals, previously known as theoreticals. We learned English since last time, so now that new segment is going to be called hypotheticals. And then we have another versus battle. So first, Fire Force. The episode has been heating up. This season has been heating up, no pun intended. So season 3, part 2, episodes 13 through 17. We're going to be talking about that. Overall for this season, I'd probably give it a B. They have been skipping some stuff here and there. The first major thing that they skipped was the battle between who's that dude that picks on kids. I think his name is Yochiro. We didn't see the fight with him and the seventh pillar. They completely glossed over that fight. So I don't know why they did that. I think because they're trying to cram 88 chapters in the 13 episodes, but I'm not too mad at it. I would give Fire Force a B grade right now. I think there's a lot of other animes this season that are better than Fire Force that I've been watching. I've been watching 7 to 8 animes from just this winter season, and I also finished part 6 of JoJo's, by the way. But the animation is okay. It's not the best. It's questionable. I'm not gonna lie, but it's not bad at all. I think season 3, part 1 was way better, and I think season 2 was way better as well. I think it's because they've been taking their time on that, and maybe the people behind the people that back this anime are telling them to hurry it up, and that's why they're telling them, "Hey, this is the last season. Make it good. Do what you can," which is insane. But I'm just gonna enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, the flashback with Ogun, that was a little bit random. Ogun's the black dude who can like heat up his arms. I didn't even know that he was classmates with Shinra and Arthur. They could have had a little bit more build up to that, but again, they're trying to cram story and backstory, and they're just trying to do the best they can. But I'm glad that he didn't beat Sharon when he started boxing Sharon. It wasn't even close. Did he not read the scouting report on Sharon? And he can absorb attacks and make it his own and turn it into his own fire. I don't think he read the scouting report. He got bodied. I'm really glad that they didn't do the typical anime thing and make him power up and end up beating the opponent. Animes have not been doing that lately, I've noticed. They didn't do that in Gachakuta with Zanka and Jabber, and they're not doing it in this anime either, where they have the character come back when they're clearly outmatched. But it looks like they're gonna have to jump Sharon though. The direction in this anime is a little bit weird. I don't know if it's just me. Y'all let me know if this season feels a little bit weird. Because Hanawa, the dude who can heat up the bullets, he has the shotgun. He's dope. Everyone should have gotten power-ups because of the Adala. So second and third generations, supposedly they've all gotten stronger. They got beefed up. But Hanawa got the assist on Sharon. He got a shot on Sharon. But I thought that he was supposed to be fighting the big monsters. As soon as Sharon and Ogun started fighting, we didn't see Sharon's partner at all, the girl with the blue hair who's making these infernals. We didn't see a glimpse of her after they started boxing. So the direction is a little bit weird, a little bit choppy, but they're just trying to make it work with whatever they can. Now the Shinra fight, I think the Shinra fight too, I haven't seen anything crazy from these fights. I think the best fight so far has probably been Maru and his old master. The Shinra versus Colonel Sanders, Raffles won. That's his name. That wasn't really a real fight. It was really a setup so that Shinra can get caught on film because they had the media there. And then he got caught on film. Oh, he killed Raffles 1. Because I thought it was a little weird. I wasn't really catching it on when I was watching it at the time. But I started to realize that something was kind of weird. Because the Fire Force people were cheering on for Shinra. They was like, go kill Raffles. Be a hero. You're really a hero, dude. You took him out just like that. But the civilians that were watching this on TV, on the big screens, on the buildings, they worship Raffles. Like the non-Fire Force people, they worship Raffles. And they thought Shinra was the devil because they killed Raffles, their lover. Like they're treating this dude like Jesus. Like he's that revered. And now the people that seen that, what Shinra did, they think he's a devil, which is a problem because the Adola Link is basically the doppelganger that is the personification of what people imagine you are. Not the real you, but what people perceive you as. And if people perceive you as a devil, then your doppelganger, your Adola Link doppelganger is gonna be a devil, which is fucking insane. This Adala aspect is like super underrated. When we talk about uniqueness in anime, I think uniqueness definitely needs to be a category. When we talk about the best anime or the greatest animes or the animes with the best stories, uniqueness is not the most important aspect, but it's definitely like an important factor. And the Dollar Link, I'll put it out there right now, is probably a top 10 aspect in anime. They got a whole bunch of different aspects. The Dollar Link is basically the world of what people imagine the world to be. And for some reason, the thing that people imagine the most, I don't know if I'm getting this right, I'm probably getting it wrong, but it's somewhere along the lines of they imagine death. So that's why the Infernals exist in the first place, because that's what they imagine death to look like. And then their doppelganger takes places, and then they burn up, they turn to fire. And this anime is pretty dark. Like, these people just turned into infernals in front of them, and now they just kill them, like just like that. There were people 5 seconds ago, and now they're saying kill infernals. That's pretty dark. But yeah, that Shinra fight was I wouldn't really call it a fight. He's learning to use his abilities a lot more, which is cool. He's getting stronger. He's really nasty. I just really don't want this to turn into Naruto and Sasuke versus the villain, and then everyone else watches on the sideline. That's kind of what they were doing when that 8th pillar popped up. Everyone was cheering for Shinra. Go hero, you're our hero. Go Shinra. I don't want to turn to that in the end. Hopefully Arthur plays a bigger role. he hasn't really done much of anything, even though he's kind of supposed to be on Shinra's level. But yeah, everyone disappeared, and now we're trying to find where everyone went. I think they clearly went to the Adola world. I don't know. I'm anime only, so I have no idea. But my thinking is they're gonna have to find some way to go to the Adola world, and they're gonna have the final battle in the Adola world. That's what I think is gonna happen. Don't tell us if you're a manga reader, but that's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna have to go to the Adola world and box. But yeah, Fire Force is cool. It's heating up. It's getting better. A lot of the animes that I thought was not that good are getting better. Even Sins to Be Hero is getting better. It's improving a little bit. And we'll talk more about that in the next few weeks. We'll be rotating these animes that we talk about every week. So B grade for Fire Force. That's what I'll give for the first 5 episodes of this season. Let's get into Hell's Paradise. So the first 5 episodes of season 2, it's picking up, and Hell's Paradise is really dark. It is really, it's one of the darkest animes that I've seen, actually. It's kind of like top 15, top 10. It's on the level of Promised Neverland. Now that I'm thinking about it, like, we need to do a category. I think we need to do a category called like top 5 darkest animes, something like that. I think we'll do that next week. Top 5 darkest animes. Hell's Paradise might make the list. Like, they treat humans like literal ingredients. I don't even think they consider them like worthy of living. Like, no, you're just an ingredient. Like how we look at an ingredient, like a salad or something. We don't look at salads as even breathing. But Hell's Paradise is like super dark. Like that one time when that ninja, to prove his loyalty to the Simon that were like watching over them, because the Simon technically are their masters as well, the ninja's masters, so they have to do everything that they say. But that ninja, he stuck that knife inside of his throat and was grinding it and killed himself like that. He might really be dead. Like, I'm so naive that I'm not really sure if he's dead or not. I think it's pretty clear that he died, but I don't know. Could have been a trick. It could have been a trick. But we're getting a lot of lore drops. The people, the Tensen, are basically scientists. They're trying to figure out how to live forever, and they haven't quite figured out how to live forever yet. They're getting close. They're doing research. They're researching Tau. They're kidnapping humans and using them as subjects and turning them into trees. And yeah, there's some sick individuals. They captured Chobei. Chobei's dude with yellow hair. And Chobei is kind of a dog. He's a little bit of a dog, because right now he's essentially a hostage. We first seen him. He tried to take on, was it Rain? I think he tried to take on Rain, and he couldn't even get close. I knew he was gonna have to use that form when he fought Rain. That's the dude with purple hair. But he just couldn't take it because of Tau, or whatever was activating him in his body was going to take over his mind. So he got shut down and got taken hostage, and there was some, what do they call it? BDSM, some bondage going on. He was strapped to the bed and then he got on. That was a pretty hot scene. Rain was a woman now, And I knew what was gonna happen. I was like, when they were talking about the something ritual, I knew what was going down. And Chobei is such a dog that he was like, I don't like being on the bottom. Literally flipped the situation and got on top. That was some dog stuff. He's doing whatever it takes to survive so that he can get back to his brother. Because I think he only cares about his brother. He doesn't care about anyone else on the island. To hell with everyone else on the island. But yeah, Rain, I'm going to assume that Rain is the strongest, because right now he's still a hostage, but at the same time, what the Tencent are doing to him, or what Rain's doing to him, is making him stronger with Tao. And he was able to block one of the other Tencent strikes, so he's kind of getting on their level, getting on their level, but he senses that Rain is on a whole different level. So that's why I assume he's the strongest, because of what Chobei is sensing. But yeah, the second group that came in, I think Shugen is definitely my favorite character, because he is, I don't know what he is yet, because he is for sure not a nice guy. He might be a sick individual. I'm not gonna lie. You guys see it on the screen. Shugen, we got to learn more about his past. Once he took the head of some kind of like clan head hostage, and he was torturing him for information basically. And he was like, where are the other people that you're hiding? Where are the other members of your clan? And the clan member didn't snitch. But plot twist, he had all of your members anyways, and he killed them in front of them, which is some sick shit. And we found out from the blind dude, I forget his name, but we found out that wasn't the full story, and he actually killed not only the clan members, but their family members, the women, the elderly, and the children. And let me know what you guys think. Is Shugen on the right side of justice? I don't think so. I think he's batshit crazy. You gotta have a little bit of discernment, and he has no discernment. He is even willing to kill babies. He's fucking insane. But the other two guys that are under Shugen, they're cool. The girl with the orange hair, and then the little boy. They're knockoffs of Rangaku and Hitsugaya. They're not fucking with them. And I don't think they're gonna make it to the end. I think Shugen's gonna be the only one to make it to the end. Probably a couple ninja. And then maybe Jika. He might make it to the end. The dude with red hair, Shanks. They had a training arc. They had a little lesson. They were basically sharing information. And that's there's a little bit of a parallel as well. It just came to mind just now. But the Tencent are kind of like a team. They collect a team, and they have a department. They basically have departments. He's the head of meditation. This guy's the head of this. This guy's the head of medicine. And they have their own departments, their own heads, and they share and circulate information between themselves. And it's kind of like what Gabimaru's group was doing. They were sharing information, and so that's pretty smart. They were basically sharing how to hide the Tao, about the different attributes. They learned so much from like having almost no knowledge. That girl May was pretty clutch. She was giving them the sauce on Tao, how it works, the different attributes, and they probably would have been lost in the sauce if they didn't have May on their side, because she was giving up all the information. She basically knows everything because she was there at the beginning with Rain. That she's basically one of the originators. So she has a lot of information. and I'm glad that they're so focused on information. They're like the total opposite of a JoJo's group because they do not share information, and they're just not teed as groups in JoJo's. But in this show, Hell's Paradise, they're sharing information. They're sharing everything that they know. But yeah, they have the 5 different attributes: earth, water, fire, metal, and wood. What attribute would you want to be? I would probably want to be metal. I think that would be cool and unique to be able to control metal like Magneto or something like that. I think that'd be cool. I'd probably be metal. But yeah, Hell's Paradise is heating up as well. Looks like they're going to be fighting the Tenzin, the heads. Everyone looks like to be getting their own boss fight. And tell me if I'm wrong, but it feels like Hell's Paradise is a very short anime. I don't think this is going to go past 3 seasons. And I wouldn't be surprised if it ended on the 2nd season, because that's what it feels like. This doesn't feel like a long anime at all. Because we're already getting to the boss fights. And we're getting a lot of lore. But let me know what you guys think of Hell's Paradise. I give it an A-. It's doing everything well. It's doing great, actually. It's doing really great. So I'll give it an A-. So that's it for that. Our next topic, we have our hypothetical. And not gonna lie, I got this from RDC World. I think someone asked them this question, and so I'm taking it from them. I take no credit for coming up with this. But the question is, would DBZ be better or worse if Gohan became the main character? And I had to think about this. My initial answer was it would probably be better if Gohan was the main character and he took the mantle. Because honestly, Goku's been through so much. And at the end, I'll take it a step further after I explain a little bit more. But it was kind of already going in a direction, like in Dragon Ball Z, in the Cell games. Like Gohan was prepped up to be the main character. They did that in the Cell saga, and then they did that in the Buu saga. They kept pump faking us with this main character energy with Gohan, and then at the end it always seems to be Goku taking care of the problem. Or with Cells, he just gave a little assist with the one hand Kamehameha. But they didn't pull the trigger, and they kept Goku in this infinite time loop to where he's always gonna be the main character. Maybe it works in some series, but in a series like this where he's already died many times, I think the anime is getting a little played out. You know, after so many forms, so many years, it would have been such a breath of fresh air to have Gohan as the main character instead of it focusing on Goku. Because first of all, they're different people. They're kind of the same. They have the same exact voice actress. So let's say you cut Goku out of the show. It wouldn't change anything for the voice actress because they play the same character. And if they have the same amount of lines, she'll make the same amount of money. So it wouldn't be a problem for a voice actress point of view. But as far as characters, Gohan is smart. He's actually he has a brain. Goku, they just make him so slow and super because he was really not that dumb in Dragon Ball Z. He actually wasn't dumb at all. He was actually kind of like slightly above average intelligence mainly because of his martial arts knowledge And then his ability to read ki as well. He's really good at reading ki. He was actually pretty smart in Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Super, Goku is really, really dumb. Like mentally retarded. I don't know if I could say that. We'll just cut that. But he's mentally handicapped. Let's say that. And Super. But the only negative to that is if you do replace Goku, let's say Goku dies, he doesn't come back to life. Or maybe, nah, you can't retire Goku because Goku's never going to want to stop fighting. He'll have to die if you want Gohan to be the main character. Goku can't be alive for Gohan to work as the main character. Because if Goku's alive, he's always going to want to fight the strongest guy. So Goku can't be alive in this scenario where Gohan's the main character. So Goku stays dead. The only problem with that, it leaves a big hole. It leaves a humongous hole in Vegeta's rivalry and his motivation as well. Because his motivation is heavily tied to Goku since they first fought each other back in Dragon Ball. And I don't know if Gohan is I don't know if he can fill that void in Vegeta's rivalry. So I don't know how that would work. That's the only issue that I would see if Gohan was to take over as the main character, is how would that work with Vegeta's rivalry and his development? Will he still have the motivation to be strong? I think he's gonna have to use Frieza's motivation because, maybe some of you guys heard what happened in the manga. I won't spoil it for you guys, but maybe he'll use Frieza's motivation, So my answer is I think the show would be better, but it would be worse in some aspects, like Vegeta's rivalry. Who's going to be Vegeta's new rival? But like I said at the beginning, I would take it a step further. Would Dragon Ball Super be better if Gohan and Trunks became the new main characters and somehow Goku and Vegeta both retired? That's a huge change. That's a huge change. I think you'd have to make it dramatic, make Vegeta die in a big way, and then Trunks steps up as the second co-main character. That's the only way you're gonna make it work. Vegeta can't go out pathetically, or maybe give Vegeta a promotion and make him a god of destruction, but he has to worry about his own universe, so he can't interfere in the affairs of Universe 7. Something like that, where he goes away, he still exists, he's still alive, but he's a destroyer now. And so he has to leave his family. They can only visit once a year, something like that. And then Trunks become the main character. Would that be a dope idea or nah? Let me know. Would y'all fuck with that? Would y'all fuck with Super if Trunks and Gohan was the main characters and Goku and Vegeta retired? I'd still fuck with it. I think I'd fuck with it more. But that was the hypothetical that I had. Shout out to RDC and RDC's community. I fuck with them heavy. I'll be at DreamCon as well. So for the last topic, we have a versus battle. And I don't really know how this would go, but I wanted to ask this last time we talked about fake strange fates or fate strange fake. Regulus from ReZero, that is one of the sins, versus Jester from Fake Strange Fake. Jester is a vampire from that series. He he was boxing in the episodes that I watched today. He was boxing in them, and he kind of reminds me of Regulus as well. They're both devious. They both live for a long time. But I would honestly have to go Jester. I saw some more of his speed, and I don't think Regulus has a lot of combat ability. He relies a lot on his immortality, and he was getting smacked around by Reinhardt when they were fighting in season 3. And he just doesn't have a lot of combat ability. I don't know how you kill him, but I think Jester eventually could find a way to kill him. Could he do it by sunrise? I don't know. But I'm going to ask ChatGPT who would win. But I am going to go with Jester. Let's see what ChatGPT would say. Okay, so looks like I was wrong. Regulus wins this. Regulus is literally hacks. He literally cannot be hurt or damaged by anything unless you know the secrets about his wives. So I typed in, okay, he would have to basically know Regulus' secret in order to beat him, but he can beat Regulus if he knows his secret. Shout out to ChatGPT, they proved me wrong. I actually want to do one other thing. I want to react to what is it, Yusuke versus Ichigo. I think they had a death battle, so I'm gonna be reacting to that. I was gonna do it on my personal channel, but I say, what the heck, this is a solo podcast. I'll just add it to this episode and I'll do that. So let's do that. Okay, so we reacting to death battle, Ichigo and Yusuke. Let's get it.
That's a demon. That's a hollow.
They don't know, Bob. Yusuke should have been in his green jacket. Yeah, that spirit gun ain't no joke. What is this fight?
Two at once? Damn, why didn't I think of that?
Give in to me, Yusuke. Let's devour him together.
Hell no! This is my fight, jackass! You just don't beat back!
They brought out Demon Yusuke. He would never do that.
Yeesh, rude awakening. This one's a piece of work. Need a hand, partner?
Let's do it, like old times.
On! Cut!
Strongest form Ichigo.
Is that the best you can do? I can go even faster if you'd like. Hell yeah! Bring it on, asshole! I'll kill you even if it kills me! I'm putting it all on the line!
He's breaking his sword.
Screw that!
They may not look too close, so I don't want to get spoiled.
Give me a freaking break.
Yusuke lost.
See you on the other side.
Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
The afterlife offers frequent flyer miles.
There's a lot to cover here, so let's break this down into 4 chapters, starting with their abilities.
Yusuke could see Ichigo no problem and resist.
All right. We're getting into spoilers. Okay. So shout out to Death Battle. They got this battle right. The fight was a little bit goofy though, especially that beginning. Ichigo's never lost both of his swords before. That's pretty much it for the podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. This is Pennywise TV, and I'm